Today, while we're on vacation on Oahu, we're going to be going to Donut King Waikiki and trying it. It is just a small shop. You can't eat inside or anything like that, but they do have a line waiting out front. And so we're going to try to pull up the menu online so that we know what we want when we get inside. And Ashley stayed in the room, so we told her we would pick her up a couple of donuts and bring them to her to the room.
How
many plates?
Two.
And that's it for the donut?
They have Oreo ones too.
So they sell these t-shirts in here. Ashley would like the one with the pink donut, I'm sure of it. But they have them in, it looks like black, or you can get the white one with the donut. Or they have gray. They also sell coffee. And they have drinks here too, if you want drinks. Dairy Gold, I've never heard of that brand. That milk. So we are going to be trying a glazed, and this is a Lotus Biscoff. This is a maple glazed, I believe, right? This is maple bacon. This one is raspberry filled. This is lemon filled. This is red velvet. And then we have Oreo. And then we have a original glaze, or a cake, old-fashioned cake, or just old-fashioned is what it's called. Old-fashioned and then maple glazed old-fashioned. So the reason we chose to sit on our balcony for this review is just because the lighting is so much better.
It's dark in the room.
It's very dark in the room, and usually when we've done previous reviews, if you saw any of those from the room, or maybe they haven't even come out yet, you're going to notice when you do see them that it's dark because there's no overhead light. So you probably haven't seen any of those yet. Just wait, you'll see. Our total was surprising. I showed you the ones we're going to be trying. We did buy 4 additional ones for Ashley to try. She's not going to eat 4 donuts, I'm sure, but she's going to try. We bought her an Oreo, we bought her a red velvet, we bought her a glazed, and one of the Lotus Biscoff. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 14. So for 14 donuts, it was $46.71. So for those of you that have told me their donuts are expensive in your area, I believe you. We're lucky in Kentucky because they're cheap in Kentucky.
Yeah, their regular maple is $2.90.
Yeah, $2.90. The maple bacon was $4.75 for one. The Biscoff were like 2 for $8. Yeah, so you're talking about $4 a piece for a donut. We do not pay that much in our area, so it's just crazy. But you want to put it up?
Pocket.
Yeah, we don't want to lose any paper. So this is, you know, our setup's a little bit different. So do you want to try just
try either the old-fashioned or the glazed.
Let's do the glazed.
Yeah.
And Ashley got one of these glazed, didn't she?
Yeah.
Okay, then I'm just going to take a bite out of this
Or
one.
tear it down.
Or tear it down, yeah.
The glaze literally had just come out. They were still hot.
Yeah, this
when
is
I got
so
it.
soft
Oh, wow.
for just this very pillowy.
That's good. It's a little bit denser texture than some of the other ones we've had, but it's an excellent flavor.
It's extremely pillowy and soft.
Yeah.
I tell you what the difference is between like a Spalding's, which is in our area. I don't think it has as much glaze on it, so it's not as sweet.
Right. Yeah, it hasn't got that crispy crust on the outside.
So it is very, very sweet, but it's not as sweet as what we've had before.
Right.
But it's absolutely delicious.
It's very, very good. I would try the maple glaze one next.
Oh, okay. So, maple glaze, I showed you what these look like, and I'm just going to tear it in half. I know you like to see when we're sitting at the kitchen table, I know you like to see what we're eating, but this time,
Impossible to do.
this time we just can't do that.
I'm amazed how fluffy they are.
I think Ashley would like that one too, because she likes,
She wanted to try the bacon one.
she likes maple syrup. She likes, like to dip French toast sticks into the maple. I think
That's
she
really
would
good.
love this.
I like that maple because it's not like really artificial,
No.
chemical. Like it's a really good sweet maple.
Mm-hmm.
It's really good.
And it's not too, you know it's maple, but it's not drowned in an artificial flavor, yeah.
It's really good.
And it still is, even though the glazed had come out fresh, and that one had been sitting in the cabinet, it's just as
It's
fresh.
just as good. You know?
Mhm. So,
Same thing.
we're going to do the old-fashioned
Okay.
next, just the regular old-fashioned.
And it looks like a cake donut.
That's
Instead
exactly.
of a yeast donut, it's a cake like donut.
Okay.
Like
Yeah.
a Pentimans.
These are crisper around the edges and the top, and I have really developed an appreciation for a cake donut that I never thought I would.
That has a touch of cinnamon in it. Or I pick up cinnamon.
I can tell you exactly what that tastes like. That is identical. If you've ever bought the Little Debbie donut sticks, that's what that is. That's a donut stick.
Yeah,
That's
because it's even the same texture.
it's the same flavor.
I think these are better.
A little bit. They're not, I mean, there's not much difference in them,
I
honestly.
like the flavor though.
But I've always loved a Little Debbie donut sticks. Haven't had them in years. That tastes just like that.
My problem, I've said this about donuts before, the donut sticks leave like a greasy film on the roof of your mouth. These don't. I didn't get that greasy coating on the roof of the mouth at all.
Okay, now this is the same thing, old-fashioned, but
Just
it is maple glazed. Hopefully, while we're doing this review, I just had this thought that nobody gets naked behind us on their balcony. I guess if they do, they do, huh?
The maple comes across as sweeter.
And I'm sure it's the same maple in the previous donut. Honestly, I like it better in just the
On the glaze.
on the
yeast.
the yeast donut.
Yeah, I did too.
Yeah, I like it better on the yeast
It
donut.
comes across as a little harsher on the old fashioned, but it's thicker on the old fashioned as well.
Do you want to try the red velvet because it'll be
Sure.
okay.
And it looks like a cake donut.
It
as
does
well.
look like a cake
Yeah, I
donut.
think it is a cake donut. It doesn't look like a yeast donut.
So it's
That
kind of
big hunk of donut.
falling apart because I've had to pull it apart. I don't like that either.
I love the
Ashley,
texture.
I don't know if you can hear Ashley. She said
Probably
she didn't.
not. I could barely hear it.
She said she didn't like it. It has a very, I think what you're tasting is the food dye. I think you're able to
It's
taste.
bitter.
It's a very, very bitter red food dye.
You know what? If somebody brought a box of those in, I would eat them.
I think you would eat it. I think you would get used to it, but I would never choose it again.
No, it was okay. I love the texture though. It's very, very soft.
And that isn't. It didn't taste like cream cheese on the top.
No.
Usually you have cream cheese on the top of red
It was
velvet.
just glazed.
Okay, what do you want next?
Well, I'll do the, I don't know.
The
Biscoff
maple
maybe?
bacon or?
Well, you can do the maple bacon because I actually want half of that one anyway.
Okay.
You're fine.
I can hand it to her. I mean, it has. Well, you're going to show that video of all the pieces.
You want to hand it to her now?
Yeah. I'll hand it to her.
It has like, if you divide this into 4 pieces, there's like 2 good sized pieces of bacon.
Yeah, actual bacon.
Yes. Per section.
That's good.
Ashley's in heaven right now.
It tastes like candied bacon on a really soft donut.
And before anyone asks, I can answer your question. The reason why Ashley's not in the video, well, Ashley stayed in the room while we went out and got the donuts.
That was good.
She didn't go with us.
I like it that they use real bacon, and it's
Okay.
big and hunky pieces of bacon.
And it's crispy.
Because we've had maple bacon before, but they were really tiny little, like they crumbled up bacon, and it wasn't the same as big hunks. You get to chew on.
And it's very well cooked and crispy.
That's
It's
good.
That is very nice. That's how I like my bacon. It's very, very crispy. That's what that was.
Yeah, that was excellent. I have no problem with that.
Okay, now the Lotus.
I can understand why it was more expensive though, because it probably had a whole slice of bacon on top of it, if not a slice and a half.
I'm gonna give you this and let you decide what piece to eat. This is the Lotus Biscoff, and I just have to.
Did you break the bacon? Is it soft?
I broke it in half.
That's good if you like that Biscoff cookie butter kind of flavor.
Mouthful. I took a huge bite.
That's good. It has that Biscoff cookie butter kind of flavor. Really good. I like the crispy cookie on top because it adds just some texture to the donut.
We had some
That's
Biscoff cookies on the way over on the plane, and they're absolutely
You
wonderful.
forget how good they are.
You do, and it's like, why don't I ever buy these at home and just eat them at home? Because it's not something we buy. And I would, between an Oreo and a Biscoff, and I know I'm going to offend the Oreo fans, but I would much rather have a Biscoff any day than an Oreo cookie. That's
I would
just the
too, for the
truth.
most part.
And that donut, it's wonderful. You can really taste that cookie butter flavor.
It's good. It's good and
delicious.
sweet.
Okay. And do you want Oreo?
Yeah, do the Oreo, then do the filled one last.
Okay. This one looks like it could be a little messy.
Yeah, it's got
We'll
cookie.
see.
You can leave the hunk on there.
You take that and eat what you want.
So it looks like it has chocolate frosting and crumbled cookies on top.
It has one whole cookie. Now, are you going to try to eat that cookie?
I will have to do it.
The cookie is soft.
Huh? It's soft. It is soft.
Honestly, it tastes like just a really good chocolate donut.
I think it has the dark chocolate. I think it's
Oreo
a darker chocolate. Yeah. Very, very soft. This is a yeast donut. Incredibly soft, just like the other yeast donuts were.
Yeah, I've been impressed with the texture.
I have too. That's the best thing about those yeast donuts. It's just how soft they are.
Fluffy.
Because the texture matters. I mean, you don't want it to have a hard donut, you know?
I think this place is so busy that that they're constantly refreshing their donuts too, so they don't sit. They don't sit very long.
No. And we did not see everything they had.
No, that's the only complaint I have is there's like just a couple people. It's a smaller place, so like if you wanted a chocolate covered glazed donut, they didn't have any out when we went. Now, 10 minutes after we left, they might have had a whole tray out.
You don't know, you really don't know everything they have because they don't have them all out at one time.
Yeah, and their website's not the greatest thing in the world.
And they just happened to pull out those maple bacon
while we were
standing there. It's like, oh my gosh, need one of those. So this is a raspberry filled, and it's a raspberry filled yeast. No seeds.
Yeah. I don't really like that raspberry.
I've been surprised with the raspberry because I haven't really been pleased with any raspberry I have. This is going to sound awful. Like I have a Krispy Kreme. It's one of my very, very favorite donuts.
Theirs is really good.
At Krispy Kreme.
This almost comes across as like a artificial, very strong, like artificial kind of flavor.
but a lot of raspberry we have at other places has been just like that. So it's not as sweet as what it is. Krispy Kreme, I think they add so much sugar to theirs. You're more eating sugar with a little bit of raspberry flavoring.
Yeah.
So the texture is still terrific. The texture is still terrific, but
that raspberry filling
it's not my
for me.
favorite. It's not my favorite.
Some people might love it though. If you tried it, you might actually absolutely love it. But it's not my thing.
The last one we have is going to be probably the most messy. It is a lemon filled. It is a yeast donut, but it's a lemon filled.
It's got a lot of lemon.
It has a lot of lemon.
It had a lot of raspberry filling too.
Yes,
it just
it
wasn't
did.
good.
And I'm trying to. There we go. But it's going to be messy because the powder is going to go everywhere. Okay. That's not bad.
It's a good tart lemon.
It is tart. It's not very sweet. That's my only thing about it.
Almost like a Meyer lemon.
I was gonna say it's more like Meyer lemon, and it's just not as sweet. But I can see where that would appeal to a lot of people that don't want something overly sweet.
I think overall all of them have been good.
I think it's delicious.
The only one I wouldn't buy is the raspberry, but I would never buy raspberry filled.
You wouldn't buy the red velvet either.
I wouldn't buy the red velvet.
Red
either.
velvet was that very artificial.
But any of the rest of them, you're safe to get. From our hotel, it was like a 9-minute walk.
9-minute walk.
It wasn't hard to get to at all.
No.
It's a main road, so you don't have to worry about a lot of people. You're not walking behind the hotels. You're walking in front of the hotels, so that's a nice thing.
And we did stand in line for maybe 10 minutes.
Yeah, it wasn't
a big deal.
They're not the fastest people either, so just know.
But I still think it's faster than going to Leonard's.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Where you're
because
standing for hours.
well, Leonard's was a longer line, but it's still this place seems to move faster than Leonard's.
It's also a longer walk.
And I do think you could order ahead and pick them up because I saw some people just walking in.
I don't know how they're ordering it because it's on their website. They must be calling or something.
I don't know, or maybe through I don't know how Uber Eats works or something.
Yeah,
But
it could be something like
One
that.
woman went in and just literally picked up a box and left. And there was no money exchanged or anything. And I'm thinking that has to be like Uber Eats, and maybe they're paying online somehow, and I don't know how that works. But I do think they have a lot more to choose from. They had some that we didn't get, you'll see in the video, but I do think they have some that weren't even in the video that we didn't even get to see. I know when we were on the Waikiki trolley yesterday, our bus driver stopped and got a regular yeast donut that was chocolate glazed. They didn't even have those in there, so I know they sell those. So you may be able to go and get completely different ones. But I think this place it's delicious. These have been really, really
And
nice.
if you had a family, like you're down here with your family,
Oh.
Go get you a dozen glazed
It would
donuts.
be
I think
so
you'd
much.
be happy.
Well, it would be
It costs
fun
you
to
a fortune, but it'd be
yeah,
good.
that's the only bad thing is if you're like from where we are, it's going to be a sticker shock. But it would be fun for a family to get one of a bunch of different flavors and try them together, just like we are. So I hope you enjoyed the video. You'll have to let us know. I don't know if Donut King, is that a chain or is it just here?
I know they've got like 3 or 4 locations around this area.
Right, but we didn't look them up, so maybe you all have tried them too and you can tell us your thoughts. So I hope you enjoyed the video and thanks for watching.